Shalom, Yasharala. This is your brother Dawud Daw from GMS Tampa Bay 07, coming at you with this is Truth Against. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth with sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. Alright? Continuing on with these here news articles, dealing with the stuff that's going on with Iran, not going on with Iran, going on with Israel and America, dealing with Iran, all right, and the lies and the deceit and the hypocrisy and all the bullshit that they got going on, man. If you following all this is getting way worse, all right, way worse than it would have ever been. If you thought 9/11 was some bullshit, Saddam Hussein in Iraq was some bullshit, Syria was some bullshit. Man, this is some new bullshit, man. This is some real deep bullshit, man. The devil came down to you with great wrath. This motherfucker's rolling around mask off right now, all right? There should be no question who the fuck the devil is nowadays, man, And for you Akim that's watching, that's in this truth, hey, man, rejoice, man, because this is, a time clock, They moving into their last phase, the last phases of war, They moving into this right now, so, this is something that, you have to watch and prepare for, But I'm going to go ahead and read into this article. It says, UN is abusive and bullying Israel. U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, says she just started yelling at everybody when she saw how the UN members were constantly bullying Israel for things like its settlement push into Palestine and crackdown on Gaza, all right? So, they screaming at all these people. America's screaming at all these people because they claiming that they bullying Israel. People basically they mad at how people treating Israel for the shit that Israel is doing. But really, this is the point to where the damn devil is at. He got to start screaming this shit beforehand. He real deceitful. He real sly with his words, say this, say that. And people believe his ass. But now people ain't believing this shit no more. They be like, yeah, this is the same ass rhetoric y'all always pushing. And now with the ambassador Nikki Haley, she got to sit here and start screaming on their ass like, look. You motherfuckers is thinking we lying and this is snap. Why? Mainly, overall, it's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. First of all, the men of the Lord out here pushing out all these truths, exposing the devil on all kinds of ends, not necessarily just going into these stories like this, but just exposing the devil for how he is, making people think twice about the damn devil and questioning the shit he going into and making people look into a lot of this stuff now, all right? And so, a couple of years back in 9/11, all right, you say 9/11 was a fake job. People look at you like you crazy. Nowadays, anything that happens on the goddamn news, you go on the internet, you have all these people talking about false flag, false flag. Everybody's talking about false flags and everything is staged now. All right, where did all that come from? All right, basically what you have going on is part of that is propaganda, but now you have more and more people that so-called being awake to the hypocrisy and the damn bullshit that America's pushing. So now you have more and more people looking into all these things. And why? Because the men of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is on the men of the Lord is pushing these truths out and exposing Esau. So he having to cover himself up. But it says, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, says she just started yelling at everybody when she saw how the UN members were constantly bullying Israel for things like its settlement push into Palestine and crackdown on Gaza protesters. So now you start to see what? The beast is starting to hate the whore. The beast is starting to hate the whore a little bit, all right? Those that was confederate with thee has brought you to the border. They had deceived thee, and those that ate your bread, You see these people that America, is allies with, their friends with, are starting to condemn them a little bit now, all right? But for what? Why is Nikki Haley having to scream on these people? Why she got to be bucking up against them? Look, why you motherfuckers don't want to back Israel or what the hell going on, But they look retarded as fuck, because what is their argument? These other nations don't want to back Israel for what? What does she say? For not, says, when she saw how UN members were constantly bullying Israel, saying bullying Israel for what? For things like this, for the settlement push into Palestine. So people bullying Israel for what? Stealing Palestinians' lands? Where is the Palestinian military at to defend themselves? Don't they got the right to defend themselves in their land? All right? But yet, you mad at the UN members for calling a spade and saying that shit is wicked what y'all over there doing. All right? First of all, neither one of y'all supposed to be in that goddamn land. It ain't neither one of y'all land, first of all. Second of all, you still mad at these goddamn, or you mad at the UN members for condemning Israel for shooting at the protesters in Gaza with sniper rifles and shit like that. Protesters, all right? Motherfuckers who ain't even threatening your ass. You mad at them for calling a spade because you killing innocent people or people who ain't really threatening you? Some bullshit. It was abusive how bad the international community was to Israel. All right? So these are some of the things that's going to start making the whore or make the beast hate the whore. All right? When America starts, their allies are starting to wake up to see what's going on, and also America's also making their allies go broke over this bullshit they propaganda, like Germany. Germany's starting to realize this shit. Britain, the Brexit, they starting to realize this shit. Now these other nations like, yo, man, fuck Israel, fuck America. We've been wasting too much time with y'all over the last 20 fucking years with y'all bullshit. We just tired of this shit. We gotta worry about our own country and our own people. Y'all got us all fucked up. Now Nikki Haley and the U.S. ambassador in America and them is like, whoa. We need y'all to keep focusing on our problem because we got an agenda. If y'all ain't focused on our shit, then y'all focus on killing us. So we need y'all to focus back in on this. All right? Trying to make them feel bad for not upholding y'all fucking wickedness. All right? Says it was abusive how bad the international community was to Israel. It reminded me of a kid being bullied in the playground. Haley told the American Society Council on America's annual conference, which was held Tuesday at the State Department. All right? Man, if you ever seen a person like this in real life that's always crying wolf, like somebody always, or you had a little brother or a little sister, somebody like that, when y'all was little kids that keep running up to you, pushing you, and when you back them up off you one time, they say, yeah, mama, he picking on me, he pushed me, he hit me. Then your parent coming in and whoop your ass, and then you see your little brother and sister over there after you got your ass beat over there snickering and laughing at you, that's why mama beat your ass. And then they come back over and keep fucking with you, and then when you push them up off you again, all of a sudden they want to cry wolf again. This the same ass bullshit that's going on, on a higher level, all right? Like, basically, like the scriptures say, man, like, we being led by children, little ass kids. This is the bullshit these little ass kids do, and little ass kid ass shit. I can't even believe we covering stories like this. Like, man, y'all don't get y'all third grade ass shit, talking about bullying and people ain't on your side because you want to be wicked, all right? I just wasn't going to have it. It was just so upsetting to see that I just started yelling at everybody, she added. See, you're not even being professional. When you don't get your shit your way, you start yelling and screaming and crying like a little bitch. All right? Same with Donald Trump, old bitch-ass nigga. You want to get on Twitter and start Twitter beefing and shit like a hoe, man. That's some old... America is through, man. These people, these base-ass people... Man, these are the people that's over us, man. That's why Israel need to wake the fuck up, man, and push hard for this shit, man. Do you not see who the fuck is ruling over you? These base-ass... low-ass people, man, this is the shit that they got to resort to, man. The Most High is taking that so-called spirit up off of them of being in a hot place, and they becoming in a natural state, being base men. These are the lowest people on the planet Earth. They have no skill, no flavor, no nothing. These motherfuckers are just straight bland, and these are niggas over top of us. Why? Because our people don't want to wake the fuck up right now, man. Hey, salvation is right at the door, man. Wake the fuck up and let's get the fuck up out of here, man. Says, Haley told everyone at the UN, we had the back of Israel, and if they're going to mess with Israel, they had messed with the U.S. So again, America's using Israel as being a little proxy to go out and start poking at all the goddamn bears and shit, and when the bears start coming up, you come over there with your goddamn tranquilizer and put the damn bear down like, hey, this motherfucker was attacking human beings. Like, no, bitch, you got into the... First of all, you put the bear in a cage. He was a wild fucking animal. You put him in a cage and imprisoned his ass. Then you got in the cage, started antagonizing the damn bear. Now you mad at the goddamn bear is retaliating against your ass, so you gonna put the bear down. What kind of shit is that? Says, Haley keynote address had mostly focused on Latin America. She had then sat down for a chat with John, this guy, former U.S. envoy to the UN, George Bush. Hang on. You can keep reading this, but nevertheless, I mean, if I go into that story even more, I'm going to just get more frustrated about the bullshit Israel got going on. But got one more to pull out for you. Right here. Trump promises Iran's highest level of sanctions. Bigger problems if nuclear research continues. Now listen how they word this. President Trump has promised the highest levels of sanctions on Iran after announcing the U.S. is leaving the nuclear deal. He promised to Iran bigger problems than it had ever had before if it developed nuclear weapons. So here's saying if it developed nuclear weapons, if it did. Said Trump called for an agreement Trump called the agreement a decaying, rotten structure, defective at its core, which did little to limit Iran's nuclear enrichment and providing the government in Tehran with cash to fund its malign behavior across the Middle East. More bullshit. All right, so Washington or the U.S. did not give Iran no fucking money. All right, what Barack Obama did in that Iranian deal was gave Iran back their own money that America seized or stole and froze, kept it in their own pocket. All right, they just returned back what was theirs. Therefore, I'm announcing today that the U.S. will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. Trump said, today's actions send a critical message. The U.S. will no longer make empty threats. When I make a promise, I will keep them. All right? The powerful U.S. sanctions against Iran will go into full effect, Trump said, and any country that aids Tehran's nuclear or missile program will find itself sanctions as well. All right? So anybody who don't want to follow us and what we got planned on for this country, if y'all don't want to go with the agenda that we got planned for another person's house, y'all gonna get sanctioned too. All right? It says if Iran continues developing nuclear weapons, wait a minute. Just at the top it says if they continue to develop nuclear weapons. Wait a minute. Up here it says he promised Iran bigger problems than it ever had if it developed nuclear weapons. So if they ever develop one, they're gonna have bigger problems. But it says it will have bigger problems if it hold on, where was I at? It says, if Iran continues developing nuclear weapons, all right, stating as if they already got nuclear weapons that they developed. They didn't develop no nuclear. That's not what they don't even have the capabilities of doing that shit. You know, they don't have. Okay, put it this way. Everybody got basically like a fucking hydrogen bomb, like the shit to make a hydrogen bomb inside their house. Okay. Hydrogen, basically, to make a hydrogen bomb, you just separate a hydrogen atom, all right? What is water? 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen, all right? How many people have the technology to separate those atoms from one another? Nobody, all right? So, I mean, basically anybody, you can say anybody has the capability of developing this shit, but that's not what they're using it for, all right? They're using it for energy, basically. Like, not far, like, literally 10 minutes down the road from where I live at, there's nuclear reactors, big-ass nuclear reactors. Like when you watch The Simpsons, in the intro to The Simpsons where Homer Simpson works and he got that little green vial or whatever, that's what the hell it is. What they do there is create energy with the shit, you know? And all they really do basically is use that shit because they can burn this shit. The shit burns extremely hot and for a long-ass time. They just burn this shit and basically it's like a steam-powered, like a water wheel basically. All right, you just steaming up water with the shit because it's so hot, burn forever. You don't have to burn coal, gas, or wood or no shit like that. The fucking nuclear shit burns forever, you know, basically for a long ass time. So you can use that to heat up the water, to drive the steam, to drive your propellers on the goddamn little generator to give you energy. All right, this is how you make energy. All right, the goddamn nuclear power plant FPL down the street from my house. That ain't no nuclear bomb. Like, I mean, now, you can have a nuclear meltdown and shit like that, like what happened in Japan, but that's not no, you're not making nuclear missiles and no nuclear technology with no shit like that. Like, not to blow nobody up with that shit, alright? That's two different kinds of things. Two different things that you're doing. Just like I gave you the analogy with the water. Like, we drink water, but are you realizing you drinking the main ingredient for a hydrogen bomb? Okay, same with sodium, like salt. You can chemically, I believe, if you chemically separate that shit, that's a big ass explosion there as well. But nobody's going around thinking that you don't go and see the package on salt saying this is dangerous, highly explosive. No, because nobody really had the technology on a low level to separate the shit to make it dangerous. Same with water. Water is extremely dangerous. That's a hydrogen bomb, but nobody has that technology to do all that. That's not what we're using water for, all right? Right here, it says, Trump professed admiration for the Iranian people. This goddamn hypocrite. Trump professed admiration for the Iranian people, history and culture, but denounced the dictatorship. Here we go again with this dictatorship. Like I said, I don't know if this is, I will believe that this same dictatorship is still puppets of America, because this is what they do before they take down a country. They never go head-to-head with a real country. All right, they set up a dictator, then they take their ass the fuck down. All right? You know, look at World War II. All right? Look at Adolf Hitler. Who the fuck set him up? Who was backing him? All right? What? Just think about this shit, man. Do your history. Look at all this bullshit, you know? They always set up their own puppets, and then they take their own puppets out. That's why I feel bad for fucking Adolf Hitler a little bit, you know? They put him in and fucked up his country a whole lot, then told him in his ear, hey, bro, you got to stand up for your people. You got to make your people strong again. And when he started doing that, they made him look like the fucking enemy for trying to protect his own fucking people. He was just the fall guy to take the fall for all this bullshit, all right? It says, Trump professed admiration for the Iranian people, history, and culture, but denounced the dictatorship that has held the country hostage, okay, held the country hostage for almost 40 years, a reference to the 1979 Islamic Revolution that overthrew the U.S.-backed monarchy. So, up here it says that held the country hostage for almost 40 years, a reference to the 1979 Islamic Revolution that overthrew the U.S.-backed monarchy. So if what they got now, all right, have had the country hostage for 40 years, how do you think the Iranian people feel when you just admitted, you know, and it's public record that America had set up a puppet over there, all right? So if they overthrew your puppet, and you saying they under 40 years of basically like a dictator, or, you know, they got them hostage, what do you think was going on beforehand? And now what you want to do after that is set up your regime change, put another puppet up. So what do you think the Iranian people going to be under? What? Hostage again? You know, this is you still in their country. You want them to be under your rule so you can enact democracy on them. And have all these women twerking and showing titties and pussy and all kind of bullshit like that. Have all these babies out of wedlock and shit and baby daddies and baby mama drama shit. You trying to turn these motherfuckers out. Homosexuality. This is what you trying to do over there. But yet they not hostage, you know, once you go over there and you rule. Look at Iraq. Them motherfuckers is hostage under constant threat of bombing. All right? Says the U.S. president concluded that his remarks on strangely consolatory note, saying that he would be ready and willing to talk if Iranian leadership decided to make a new and lasting deal. There's been enough suffering and death and destruction. And who the fuck is causing all this? When have we ever seen on the news Iran bombed this target and killed these people? When have we seen Syria bomb this target and kill these people? When have we seen any of these countries that America's pushing up on killed anybody in any of these countries? But the latest, man, I remember back when I was looking at, look up what that man name is, George Bush's death toll under what his death toll was up under these, the drones, all right? It was a very small, not a small number. It was one is too many. But his number comparably to Barack Obama's number was small. Barack Obama, goddamn, a homeboy went up in there and styled on their ass one time with them Predator drones, man, and even made jokes about it. Told him, I got 2 words for you, Predator drones. You'll never see him coming, or you'll never hear him coming. And he was like, oh, you think I'm joking, don't you? Said that in the correspondence speech. But see, these goddamn devils tell you straight to your face, man. And this motherfucker went on a killing spree out there, man. And then even made a law that he can kill Americans, he can kill anybody, anywhere, on any turf, anywhere, for any reason without due process, all right? This is what they doing with their goddamn drone warfare. Now, look what Donald Trump and them is doing with their drone warfare and their airstrikes, the continuous airstrikes over and over and over and over and over again. How many people has been displaced over there, all right? All these shits is going on, but yet Donald Trump got the nerve to say some shit. There's been enough suffering, death, and destruction. Who the fuck is causing all this? America. Maybe if y'all take y'all ass the fuck home, it wouldn't have all this shit going on over there. All because America decided to take down its own buildings and blame it on other people in the world. You know, once you annihilate Al-Qaeda, now we got to remake it. Oh, now it's Osama bin Laden. After he done, oh, now it's ISIS. After they done, oh, it's Syria. After they done, oh, now it's Iran. All right? Next, shit, if we go on further than this, like, oh, yeah, the Russians hacked in the system, and they the ones overtook the airplanes and flew them into the buildings. They hijacked the whole thing. There was no 19 hijackers on there from no Muslim descent. They just remote controlly did it because they hacked into it and they did this shit, you know? This is the bullshit that America be coming out with. But what? The only reason they get away with this shit is because you stupid motherfucking Americans believe they lies. All right? This is the only power the devil have over you is you believe his fucking lies. That's what the word devil means, the deceiver. You believe him because you worship his power, his lies. There's been enough suffering, death, and destruction. Let it end now, he said, before signing the presidential memorandum withdrawing the U.S. from the JCPOA. The U.S. sanctions will be reimposed over the next 3 to 6 months, the Treasury Department said following Trump's announcement. Iran will be barred from buying and acquiring U.S. dollars after 90 days. So, you stupid fucking Americans, why don't you want Iran to have your money? You dumb fucks, first of all, that's what gives your money more value. Alright, so if less people have your money, more money coming back over here is going to give you more dollar bills in circulation, which is going to devalue the amount of money you have for you simple-ass Americans over here. This is going to cause your inflation to go up, further in the collapse of this dollar that we've been talking about. And on top of that, Iran already pulled out of your goddamn petrodollar. They're not selling their shit on the petrodollar no more. They selling it on the petro yuan and other things, alright? So America's fucking themselves, for one, or they fucking the American citizens, for one, and two, they just helping Iran out to get off their system, which is going to make Iran richer than them anyway, so that ain't really hurting them. Iran will be barred from buying and acquiring U.S. dollars after 90 days. After that, sanctions will also be reimposed on sales of steel and coal, aluminum, and the automotive sectors, and passenger aircrafts and services. Okay, again, how you gonna tell them you gonna put sanctions on the shit that they over there producing? They gotta dig it up, they gotta do the labor, they gotta do this and that. You telling them they can't sell it in their own stores? And then on the backside of all this, America don't produce none of this shit. They just buy it outsourced. So again, you just causing your companies to pay more money out, which is gonna in turn raise the price of the product of the shit on the street value, which is in turn gonna raise the cost that you gotta pay for your cars and the shit that you get from all this shit over there. All right. iPhones ain't made in America, where they made mostly in China, but you can see, well, you impose sanctions on China with certain metals, it's going to cost your iPhone to go up, who got to pay for the iPhone? The Americans. Chinese don't give a fuck about that, because y'all are the ones that got to pay for it. Now your iPhones is going up, now they got to cut back on the iPhone sales and stop the production of the iPhones because they overstocked with the shit and people can't afford the shit, all right? Because you decreasing their income and you increasing the value of everything else. All right, so America is collapsing their own goddamn stuff. These goddamn reprobates, man. It says, financial and oil-related sanctions will be back in place after 180 days. So not only are you increasing the price of every damn thing else and oil and all this stuff, you're just cutting yourself out of the picture, all right? I'm not going to read this story, but I'll show you what the headline is on this other deal dealing with talking about that goddamn the sanctions on their oil. Where was it? Right here. It says, Russia-China trade gets another significant boost. All right. So as you see here, trade turnover between Russia and China grew about 31% the first 3 months of the year compared to the same period of 2017, according to the Russian customs data. All right. So, they dealing with their money. It says, as you see, their economy basically is getting a little bit, is strengthening in things like this because what? The petro yuan, they're starting to deal with each other. Everybody's cutting America out of the deals and things going on over there. And Donald Trump's also helping cutting themselves out of all these deals, further secluding America and cutting America off from everybody else, Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this damn devil is falling before our eyes, all right? With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Say, Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught me the truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for you. I can push this truth with sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions, man. We almost up out of here. As you see, everything is collapsing right here, right now, So with that, keep your eyes open, watch these prophecies. We almost up out of here. Stay strong. Shalom.